Like, okay, whatever. This one felt like we did Mew things. Amusing. All right, so let's see. We lost the coin flip. So yeah, I've literally never seen that Charizard deck before. That's interesting. I got so enamored with trying to do a cute cross-fusion strike play that we missed the more obvious play that would have been better. So I saw a video earlier, I didn't watch it yet, but there was a Floatzel deck that was floating around on YouTube. They use Fuse minions in the Raw deck? I don't remember that. It's been so long since I did it, because I did it like over the summer, that I don't remember. That's surprising. I truly don't remember that. Not that I'm doubting you, but I could have sworn they had Burn from out of hand, but maybe not. Alright, so we can VIP Battle Pass on 1. That seems good. We'll get some Genesects. We will Cram-O-Matic? Question mark? Well, we're going to play this. Cram-O-Matic probably getting rid of the Fog Crystal. Of course, we whiff. We don't care about playing these. We're just going to draw some cards. So the only way we could attack is if we find Alessa Sparkle, which I don't really want to, like, put in a ton of energy. Not just actual energy, but, like, effort into finding. So we put 1 Fog. I guess we're going to do this. So we're going to put this here. I doubt they can kill this right now. I mean, it's possible this Zeraora becomes something that can kill us. I have no idea. They mostly use Fuse minions. Yeah, I mean, that seems like par for the course. It sounds like a campaign build. But I'm glad you got there. That's good news. I like having that sort of stuff behind me. To be honest with you, although I'm more a PvP person in every game, it's just having the campaign or things like that hanging over my head kind of bothers me. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it feels weird leaving it undone, unfinished. Alright, so we obviously switch here, right? We probably should have escape roped, actually. Playing energy. I mean, we could empty our hand here for the most part. I don't really want to necessarily do that. We'll Fog Crystal. Get another Mew. So this is to dump it into play. And then we'll draw some cards. Well, you know what we could do? We could escape rope. Put the Mew up, retreat for this Mew. We'll see what they put out there. I would expect them to throw... Okay, I was going to say, I expect them to throw the Snorlax out there, but maybe they need to preserve it. Actually, we're going to wait on this. We're going to draw cards first, like we should. We're trying to dig for a VMAX or a way to get it. There we go. Alright, so we Ultra Ball, Battle Pass, Power Tablet, I guess. We'll get the VMAX. Slam the VMAX. We'll retreat now. Should have drawn some cards first, but this is less concerning than what we had before. We're going to wait on the tutors, because I don't think there's anything we want to tutor for right this second. Actually, we can boss this thing. I don't know what this is, but it's a what it's going to become, but it's a dark Pokemon. And we're weak to dark, so I want to get rid of it. I just want it off the board. I don't want to deal with this. So like I said earlier, Mew VMAX exemplifies a lot of the things that I really like about playing Pokemon. Now, I was a Night March player before, and way back with base set 1, back in the 90s, I was playing Rain Dance Blastoise. So, like, it's not necessarily that I want to play combo, but I like the high power level stuff. And I like the idea of, oh, hey, I'm going to draw like my entire deck before turn 2, almost, and then just go nuts with this sort of thing. Again, I don't think we necessarily need to tutor for anything. I mean, we could Cram-O-Matic for something, but we're going to hold off for now. They do have 2 of these now. I mean, we could go get a boss, but we're going to do this. I don't see a point in holding on to that. So this allows us to draw, what, 1 card? Again, we could Cram-O-Matic. We could probably also just play this. We're holding the other ones, because I don't know what the hell our opponent's doing. So we're getting rid of these. We'll go get the other VMAX just to evolve this. Again, draw more cards. We're down to 24 cards in our deck, which again speaks to the kind of insanity that this build puts together. It's absolutely fun to play. Having played against it a number of times, it's not quite as fun on the other side of the board. Your opponent's doing all this stuff, doing a ton of damage, has super massive Pokemon, drawing a gazillion cards, and you're often left just kind of playing much more fair. There's a reason that this deck keeps showing up everywhere, right? And I finally broke down because I was trying to play other stuff. Like, I was playing Jolteon before this, and I really do like Jolteon. Everybody that I saw was talking about how Jolteon was going to be a bad spot because of this new set, Manaphy, and it seems to still be hanging around. I honestly haven't seen too many opposing Manaphys. I do have some myself because I was trying some other builds, but I wonder how well, like, I've yet to see a Manaphy in the games I played offline and now, which admittedly is maybe, what, we'll say a dozen between the other decks I was playing and Mew. So, not a huge sample size, but if there's no Manaphys floating around, then I don't know what else is hating out Jolteon. I might as well play Jolteon. But this seems better. Unless, like, a bunch of these single prize decks show up. Like, we played one right before this. We're seemingly playing one now. I still have no idea what they're doing. I imagine whatever they're going to do is going to one-shot Mew when it comes to it. I guess we just get rid of this. Game. Obviously Tails. Obviously Tails. The one big drawback with Pokemon is the coin flipping on so many things. I understand the balancing effect, but as a card game player, coin flips, die rolls, no bueno. No bueno. So our opponent is making this kind of obnoxious because it's taking so long, because they're all single prizers. Definitely slowing the game down. Alright, so is there auras in our future? Yep. I have no idea what this format Zoroark does. Like, literally no idea. And they have to have it by now. They're down to 29 cards. I mean, it's possible they don't have it, but let's be real. Let's be real. I mean, you might as well... Alright, Crushing Hammer. That's a heads. If you have another Crushing Hammer, that'll be... Well, it's actually not that big of a deal because of this. So we could... Even if they were to remove this Psychic Energy, we can double Turbo and then Training Court back to Psychic. So I'm not really worried about that. There's an argument that maybe we shouldn't have played the other energy on this Mew or the Meloetta before this. I have literally no idea. Okay, so we finally see a Zoroark. Once during your turn, you may choose a Stage 1 Pokemon except for that in your discard pile. If you do, discard this Pokemon and all attached cards and put it in its place. Okay, so you got this. Once during your turn, search your deck for a supported card, reveal it, shuffle your deck, then put that card on top. Okay. So this fetches this tutors. Where is this going? Cynthia's ambition. Okay. So we do want to get rid of this because it'll keep tutoring every turn. Finding a way to remove that might be more challenging than I'd like, though. Because we can't necessarily play a whole lot of stuff. I mean, we can. So we're just playing these so that we can draw more cards. We'd like to find a boss if we can. We did not. Ooh, Cramomatic. Pitch the battle pass. You can't even play it. There we go. Okay, so we will find a boss's orders. We have 2 boss's orders left. 1 boss's orders left, but we're taking one of them, so 2. We target this thing. We draw some cards. So this is going to do what? 20 less because of this? 20, so we'll do 110. That'll still kill it. Wait, why can't we? Oh, we need double psychic. Ugh, whoops. So yeah, we definitely shouldn't have played the double energy there. Well, actually, we could do this. So 70. This will be 140. Or 180. This does 70 times Fusion Strike energy. Mostly we were doing that. I mean, we could have done this attack too. We could have done that attack as well, but this allowed, like, we don't have to do any juggling with moving things around, although we might end up doing that anyway. Switch into retreat, into blah, blah, blah. So Zoroark can go get that thing back. What is happening? What am I playing against? I have literally no idea, and that's not intended to be insulting to our opponent. I have no idea what I'm playing against, so therefore I don't know what to play around. You know, like, we may be aggressively burning resources for things that are irrelevant, and then we get blown out by something else. I don't know what this Sea King is for. Okay, so you got back Sea King. Is this like a mill deck? It's energy denial? I'm thoroughly confused. They're probably going to nuke both energy on this. They're going to draw a ton of cards. They're actually keeping pace with us despite the Genesect engine. Yeah, I guess this is a mill deck? Because we've seen Crushing Hammers, apparently Sea King, as energy denial. Like, this isn't... Well, it's an evolution. But you don't have... So Zoroark doesn't care if it's an evolution? Choose a Stage 1 Pokemon. Okay. So yes, by definition it doesn't care, because it's looking for the evolved form. This is interesting. Ugh. Hmm. Yeah, that's awkward. So we can kill this thing. No, we can't. Can we? Like, we could switch into something, but... So we do this. We get this back. Yeah, we can kill this thing, because we play a Fusion Strike here, we switch into this. And we should be okay. We have to play a Fusion Strike, though. We have to play the Fusion Strike, because otherwise it would have only done 100. That was 110. So we're still kind of vulnerable here. Because they played, what, 2 Crushing Hammers? They've obviously demonstrated this. I don't know what else is in the format. Oh, 3 Crushing Hammers. I don't know what else is in the format aside from Crushing Hammer that can nuke the energy outside of an attack. So we may be okay, like, setting something up on the bench. But obviously they could Boss's Order or something into the active. So this is a weird energy denial build, which normally I would like. For example, I was trying to play Durant, which the version I was running was not energy denial, but I think maybe Durant should be. But realistically, Durant just felt so bad that it feels like tier 77. Like, it was just horrendous. It just didn't feel like it. I won the first game that I played, and I forget what I beat. It was something like reasonable. Then I got a concession where on like turn 1, it was like a non-game. And then after that, it was like, I'm trying to remember. Mirror loss, and then like 6 more losses in a row, and I'm like, okay, we're done with this deck. So this is problematic because they can get energy back either from this or from having one. So they're going to nuke both these energy. And since we already used our double turbo energy, we're actually okay. As long as we can kill something, we're okay. This is a Galar Mine, so we can't retreat. I think we just do this. So if we play the energy, we boss out. We're going to do 100. Or we'll just boss out this thing. This should get it. GG. We got there. Okay. That was weird. That was weird, but I'll take it. I'll take it. Alright, Tails. Have we won a coin flip tonight? I mean, I guess we hit heads on some of our Cramomatics, so... We have no basic Pokemon. That was another thing in the last game. We mulliganed 3 times. Seems bad, right? Seems bad. We might have been okay. We only had a mulligan once this time. We might have been okay, but we just couldn't quite get there. And like I said, I think it comes down to that one turn where we whiffed and just couldn't find the extra power tablet. Ice Rider Calyrex. So I know this is a known quantity. This is a deck. Or maybe it's Shadow Riders, the deck. One of them is like an actual thing. This is obnoxious. So now we got to go find a... We got to find a number of things. Namely, we got to find a stadium. Alright, so we find a stadium. We'll get Rose Tower, I think. I'm not sure. We have our energy. We have 2 boss, so at least 1 is prized. We have 2 more Ultra Balls, so 1 is probably prized. We have 2 switches. All the power tablets remaining. 1 Genesect is prized. We probably want the Battle VIP Pass more, to be honest. But we need this to remove that. We're kind of SOL otherwise. This is kind of an awkward start. Like, if they have another path to the peak, we're kind of in trouble. We're only going to get a card off of it. Well, we can do this first. Get more cards. Okay, so we're still only going to get a card, but we can sparkle here. Set it up for next turn. I don't know if they can accelerate the water energy. I think the bucket could. So, like, they could KO this and we'd be in a little bit of trouble. We're going to go for it, though. Game. There we go. This could be a misplay. Because we also don't want to leap. Like, leap seems silly here. Because we can one-shot that thing next turn. So we're leaving the Mew exposed, and like I said, this could be dangerous. If they can accelerate an energy, then Mew's toast. This will allow them to go get the bucket. I don't remember if the bucket puts one in play or just tutors for it. Okay, well, they can just Evolution Incense for, I guess, the VMAX for this, which I assume will do at least 200. So they can max Lance or whatever to do this. They would have to get rid of both energy. So this is not good unless the Cram-O-Matic hits. Now, if we had done the leap instead, I don't think it matters. But we're absolutely behind because we're not going to one-shot this thing back. So we lose 2 energy out of the deal, one of which we can get back. Pokemon tools. We don't... I mean, we care, because the... As long as Pokemon tools attach your opponent's active Pokemon except for Tool Jammer. So we can't choice Belt now. We could pop this thing. We Cram-O-Matic to start. Like, we have to get a VMAX, right? Like, we could kill that thing, but then we're not going to die back necessarily, but it's not going to be good. Hate getting the VMAX off of this, but we might have to. We'll get that, I guess. I'm not really sure here. I don't know that this is necessarily a good idea either. All right, so 210. We can still boss this. 240. We're missing 1, and we can't, so 240. We can't get this. Like, it's not possible for us to one-shot it. We probably don't want to replace this, but I want this energy back. We should have held that, maybe. So maybe we... I think we fight this. I think we try and fight this. So if we do 210, 130 puts it in 190. Like, I don't know that we need to cross Fusion Strike here. I don't know that we need to cross Fusion Strike. This is not really good. Okay, so they have this also to accelerate water energy. Obviously, they were going to have ways to do it. I wonder what we could have done differently. Because we weren't one-shotting this, and I don't know that we could have one-shot things before this. So the turn that we left the Mew out there, I guess we could have done something else. Like, we obviously didn't necessarily need to put the energy on it, but I don't think that was really a big deal. We could have retreated for the Genesect, but I feel like that would have been certain death. So presumably they just pull this thing out and kill us with the regular attack on this. They don't even need help. We are two-shotting everything. So we could leap this back into the deck, but I don't think that that's necessarily what we want to do. You could go pull something with Boss, but I don't know that that's worth it either. We burned through 2 power tablets. This will do 270, but we don't really care. If we did a leap, it's only going to do, what, 100? If we found another power tablet, it's 130. That's still not enough. We had 160, 290. That wouldn't be enough either. 70, that's 210. That doesn't really matter. If we retreat, we do this. We get rid of a power tablet. Both power tablets? So, we can't do this turn. I was hoping, I forgot we had just played the Mew, because if we were able to evolve the Mew, we could Elsa Sparkle now, kill it, and then next turn, like, boss something out and keep going, but we can't set that up right now. I think we're just dead, to be honest. I think we're just dead. I'm not sure what we get that helps us out of this. That's not really what we need, but yeah, I don't know. We do this. We Technoblast. Because they have way too many cards to not have the VMAX for the other one. And if they have the VMAX for the other one, they're gonna kill us back because, again, they have a million cards, so presumably, like, they can get an energy off of this. They play one for the turn, they play another dude, or this thing. They evolve. They kill this. We will get first hit back, but all they have to do is have a boss. They just need a boss's orders and we're dead. Because we can't do 320 in one turn. Because we're now out of power tablets. We have choice band, but that's not going to be enough. Like, maybe we were too aggressive and we just needed to sit on the choice band so we can try and one-shot one of these, but we need, like, all 4 of them, right? We need either 3 of them in a choice band or all 4 of them, because this thing has so many hit points. Maybe we could have been more patient and leaped this back in the deck. But like I said, all they have to have is a boss's order in hand for next turn, and we're toast. Because they're going to be able to KO this turn, boss something out. I haven't really been watching what they've been tutoring for, so it's possible they already got one. Alright, so they're just deck thinning at this point. But they obviously could just... They're going to get a Drizzile, play the Drizzile, and whatever the last Drizzile is should get a boss. Really? I mean, I guess they're drawing a ton of cards, so it doesn't matter? So obviously this goes down. So they're down to 1 prize, which is why I was saying that it doesn't matter. As long as they have a boss's orders, the game is over. So if we had done a leap, they'd still have one, and then they'd have a second one set up. I don't know if that's really better than what we did. Obviously, this isn't working, so I guess it has to have been better. Trying to think, does it? I guess we just do this same thing as before. Are we losing? I think we're losing this one, Atona. I don't know. I was trying to figure out, like, where did this go wrong? The other game, I think it was just the one turn where we whiffed. We drew a ton of cards and just couldn't find the other power tablet. I guess this matchup we want, like, we need to be able to power tablet 4 times, like I was saying before, either 4 power tablets or 3 power tablets and a choice band in order to one-shot one of these things. Alternatively, maybe I needed to, like, boss's orders out a bunch of these, like whatever they had on the bench, and just clobber them. Wait, what? I guess he tried to put it on the Mew VMAX. Really? Huh. I mean, okay. So they burned through a lot of Melanies. I don't even know if they'll have any left. I think they shuffle them back in. They must have shuffled some back in or something, because I remember them doing something. So there's only 1 in the graveyard, and they definitely played more than 1. Alright, so they get a Melanie and Evolution Incense. I mean, you can't one-hit KO this, so you need to have the boss's orders. Are they just showing off? No. Huh. Pull that guy out? GG? I guess we got there? I guess we got there. All right. What do we got? Once again, we mulligan. This is 3 games in a row that we mulligan. And another game where we start with a Genesect. Not really ideal. Less than ideal. But it is what it is. It's a cool looking Snorlax. Oh, wait. I was about to put an energy on him, and we don't really want to do that. So we'll Cram-O-Matic here. This is going to feel weird, but we're going to pitch... No, we can't pitch that. We're going to pitch... Do we pitch the other Cram-O-Matic? I'm going to say yes. We fail. In epic fashion. Maybe we should have kept the other Cram-O-Matic, but we would have had... So if we would have had to pitch the Ultra Ball, so we wouldn't have been able to play it. I don't know if this is right. We don't know how many VMAXs are left in the deck. There were 2. There were 2 VMAXs in the deck. So if we managed to top deck a Battle Pass, we'd be in great shape. We in fact did not top deck a Battle Pass. This is a less than ideal start. We've had a few of those tonight. Which is funny with this deck that can draw so many cards and feels like it's so consistent that sometimes you just brick. Honestly, it feels as though it's contingent on how the Cram-O-Matics do. If the Cram-O-Matics brick, you just kind of lose. Not going to lose, but you're in a bad spot. We're only going to put an energy on him. We only have 1 left anyway. Draw some cards. We'll Quick Ball. We'll get a Genesect, start drawing some more cards. This is where the deck tries to be super consistent. It's like, I'll just draw all the cards. Now the Battle Pass shows up. Do we flip heads? Tails. We'll get the other Mew. This at least sets us up for future turns. So this is 130, right? Yeah, so we just kill this thing. Yeah, bringing on Cram is just discarding 2 cards. Now, in this deck, to be honest, that isn't necessarily bad because it's I'm cycling 2 cards essentially. The problem is when you're stuck with, you know, like, oh well, do I discard my Ultra Ball to the Cram or do I keep the Ultra Ball? And when you flip tails, it's like, well, obviously I should have Ultra Balled instead. But I don't know that it's actually the case that you should Ultra Ball instead. I don't know. But both of these are not encouraging right now. This won't kill us, but... So the problem is if we escape rope now, they're gonna plop this thing in front. So we're stuck killing the 1 prizer, and then this is gonna come out and kill us next turn. Which, I mean, what choice do we have? I'm not going to escape rope because then they dump something that we want to remove less compared to this Moltres. We could still be in trouble here. So you're going to do enough to KO this guy if we can get... But there's no Fusion Strike energy left because one of them's prized. Crap. I'm fairly certain one of them's prized. I'm just doing this to verify. Oh no, we still had one. Okay. So you're going to go here. And then we do this. So they can still boss this out, but it forces them to have that. I don't really want to play the Rose Tower right now and give them the ability to draw more cards. So we'll just KO this guy. They either have to go through this with... Like, they have to have boss, or they go through it with the Mole Trace. And if they go through it with the Mole Trace, we kill it back. Well, we have to find a damage boost because we put the Choice Band here, which is, in retrospect, a mistake. We don't know... I don't remember how many power tablets we have left, but we haven't seen any. Like, none are in our graveyard yet, so... If we have at least one, we can hopefully go find it. Although, that might be easier said than done. We can dump 1, 2, 3, 4 cards next turn. 5, probably, if this dies. The big thing is we need to remove this before something bad happens. That's the big thing. Really? Okay, so... We play this. This is 220. We're going to do 210. Like, this will actually kill it? We don't even need to do anything? Right? Does this have Psychic Resist? No. 220. It's going to do 70, 140, 210. And then this is 32 Vs. So yeah, this will just kill it. Get him? Okay, like, I was worried about having to, like, dance around everything and find a way to play cards with a full bench, and, you know, we're burning Escape Rope into boss to make sure we just have lower cards so we can Genesect. It's like, or we can just kill him. Like, go get that guy. It's the Day 9 special. Seems okay, chat. Seems okay. GG. We'll take it. I don't know. I think it's an interesting topic, and I hope other organizations try and encourage more tournaments. All right, opponent, are you going to call the flip? Did I, like, DC? I don't know what's happening. There we go. I would love to go first. I think this is the first time we're going first all night. And we don't have to mulligan? It's a Christmas miracle. It's a Christmas miracle. Our opponent may not even be there. I don't know. We're doing okay. I think I'm figuring this deck out. I gotta figure out the matchups, though. I expect I'm going to keep playing this deck. Like, it's very strong and it's fun. Okay, so we actually do have an opponent that's here. Like, I'm actually enjoying playing this deck. Have I played Arceus Duraludon? I played against it. We lost to it earlier. I think I've only played against it once with this deck. I played against it a few times with other builds. The problem I had was we mulliganed 3 times and then had to start with Genesect, I think. I'd have to go back and double check, but I think that was basically how it went. And as you'd imagine, it did not go very well from there. We're just not going to Genesect here, I think. I mean, we could do a bunch of stuff, but I don't really want to do that. I guess we just pass. We're not sure what we're up against yet. But yeah, the Arceus build, we came within like one turn of it. We whiffed on finding another power tablet so we could one-shot their Arceus on one turn, like in the early mid-game. And then from there, it just kind of went downhill. Okay, so we're up against Durant. Which I haven't played against. This was actually something I was playing offline. Like playing as the Durant deck. What did we lose here? So we'll get these. If we escape rope, I'm not sure what they're going to get, but... So I'm not too concerned about like drawing too many cards yet. We don't have access to Marnies, so we do have to be careful with, you know, just ensuring that we don't fall behind or anything. Do this. Guess we'll get one of these. I don't know if it really matters, to be perfectly honest. We're just trying to get set up here. If we find a VMAX, I'll feel much better. We did not, but we can do this. Probably that. It's really going to come down how many energy do they mill. We do have a training court, so that helps. But we only have one basic here. One of them's prized. And we don't have... We have 2 switches. Because the issue is if like a Genesect gets stuck in the active. So the big thing from what everybody's saying is know how to play against Durant. Now, this is the first time I'm on this side of the matchup, so I don't actually know what's necessary. Marnie's a little unfortunate, or could be unfortunate. We are -1 card on this exchange. But we did find one of our switches here. But if they don't have... like, they need to have some energy removal. Tails. I know this seems like we're helping them, but I'd rather have the cards in hand. I think we have 1 Fusion Strike energy left in there. We're not going to need Power Tablet here. It might have been worth playing the energy. But this allows us to, like, if we can find the other one, we can play them wherever we need to. They're obviously never going to KO one of our guys. But like I said, the version that I've mostly seen has been without crushing hammers or other ways to remove things. So I'm not sure what to... This one so far has shown us no energy removal. So that means that they gotta get rid of 25 cards before we kill 4 more things. That's unfortunate. If they didn't have the second shovel, we might have been okay here. Because, like, we could kill this Durant. Like, do we kill this one? If we boss out one, does that matter? Like, we boss this. Because we would love to have more boss, because then we can hit other things and not have to worry about the shovels. I guess we just kill this one. Because it decreases the mill in general. I mean, obviously they could Pokemon Catcher. Okay, there's the other energy. They could Pokemon Catcher and then just bring everything back. Like the 2 of them. But this way we dodge having to hit one with the shovel for now. There's the rescue carrier. I was saying Pokemon carrier, I think. So in this case, it probably would have been better to hit the one here, just because it has an energy on it. I don't know if that particularly matters, but... Alright, so this is why we needed the switches. Or the switching cards. They haven't hit the others yet. We don't really have a choice here. They might get us. Like, if they have another boss, we're kind of in trouble. Because we have, like, 1 switch left. And they did get our double turbo energy, so we can't just play that to retreat somebody. If they have another boss, we could lose. If they have another boss, we probably lose. Because I don't think we have another... We might have 1 more Fusion Strike energy. So we could play this Elsa Sparkle to retreat. That's kind of obnoxious. They're obviously going to scoop up net this and put the Durant out, I assume. Yep. I mean, we can just retreat for our Mew. So it's not the other Mew. It's not that big a deal. Sure. Okay. You got yourself a Marnie. Which means there's no boss this turn. We did not find our other switching card, which means it's probably getting milled now. Yep. So they hit a switch. I think that's all of them that we have. I think that's all of them. We have 10 cards left. We have 6 cards left. Or 8 cards, rather. I keep thinking... I don't know why in my head I keep thinking it's 4. And I don't know why. Alright, if you got a boss's orders, we're probably dead. Because we don't have enough time to play the energies and keep things rolling. I mean, they have to have the energy and the boss, but a boss alone might do it. Because I think we have just, like, the 1 energy left. No, we have the energy and we have Unless this is the other Fusion Strike, which it could be. The last prize could be the other Fusion Strike. I don't remember. I don't know if you're allowed to take notes when you're playing Pokemon, like physically. Because if you are, personally, I would think you should be allowed to have your deck list. I mean, you obviously could, but like the UI should provide you your deck list so that you could see it in real time and be like, okay, I know that these things are still in the deck versus not. All right, I think we lose. Oh, we don't. We had another escape rope. What a top deck. What a top deck. Better lucky than good, chat. Better lucky than good. Which, by the way, as the Durant player, this is what happens every time. This is what happens every single time. Like, you're playing against somebody, you get them down to single-digit cards, and then they just have the other thing, whatever it is. I feel as though Durant, the only way that it wins, if at all, is if your first few mills, GG, if your first few mills hit like all their energy or all their switching cards. But like I was saying, I really like playing this deck, and I think that, you know, despite that last game, or I think even that last game kind of exemplifies it, because you can kind of see where the line goes because of how consistent and deterministic things are. Is this another Durant deck? Looking like it. It does look like it. Does it really matter? I don't know that it really matters. Like, we're not going to get this guy this turn. We Ultra Ball. Yes. We got to find our switching cards just like last time. No, we need to find a VMAX. What am I doing? I was getting cute with that, and I'm like, no, we need to actually find the VMAX so we can do the stuff we need to do. We don't need to play the other Mew. We're just going to energy mix. No point playing the double turbo. We'll leave the Fusion Strike because it can be searched out with a later Sparkle in case we need it. Okay, this is not what I thought it was because that's a Charmander. So is this that single prize or Charizard deck that we saw earlier? Yeah, it is because of Leon. So we need to make sure that we take down the Charmanders because this thing one-shots stuff. So we need to find a boss right now. This is something we can actually throw on the board. I don't really want to play this energy. We could play this. But we don't want to because we want to boss this turn. What else could we get? An escape rope doesn't do us any good. Power tablet doesn't really help. I don't think we're going to need power tablet. I think we one-shot... No, that thing has 170 health. We'll still get rid of the tablet. We could just fail this search, right? Yes. Reason we're doing that is so that we just get cards out of hand so we go find... Like we can draw more cards. We did not find what we were looking for. So we'll KO this guy. We are in a weird race because since they're a single prize deck, if this is the same sort of thing that we saw before, and I imagine it is based on, you know, we saw Leon's Charmander plus the Leons themselves. And the thing ends up doing like, I think it did like 350. It can one-shot Mew VMAX is the point. So it gets dangerous. There's the rare candy. Marnie's not great, given that we just tutored for these. And we tutored for both, and now they're on the bottom. Ouchtown population us. Ouchtown population us. I mean, we have Cram-O-Matics, we have other ways to search and shuffle the deck. That kind of sucks. That sucks. They only have 2 cards in hand. They're going to have a whole lot more. They only have 1 Leon in the graveyard. Oof. It's not looking fantastic for us. So this is mostly just to shuffle the deck, to be honest. I mean, it also lets us draw more cards, but... So if we top deck the boss, we're in good shape. We did not top deck the boss. Still no boss. We're just thinning the deck so we can try and find it. If we sparkle... And that doesn't matter too much. Just trying to draw cards. Hope we can find that boss. There we go. Get this. We will do this. This should be lethal. We get them. So they still can set up another one. I mean, they have a bunch of cards. They could have... They need Rare Candy, the Charizard, and then enough... some way to ramp the energy, which is all very possible. We do have one more boss remaining, so if they try and hide it, we could try and go dig for it. Hopefully it's not like the very last card. They also need to, because they need to one-shot our Mew. which they can do, but they have a lot more. They need 250 more Leon cards, or 250 more damage worth of Leon cards. It's a base level 100. I mean, of course, they could have power tablets or other things to set it up as well. So they now have 3. So it's doing 250. 250 more Leons. Be a lot of Leons. Right now they're doing 250, so they can't quite one-shot it. They can't quite one-shot it, but they only have to get through 2 of them. So, to end the game, that is. Whereas we have to KO 4 more guys. Like, this is somewhat challenging, I guess. This is a weird deck. Obviously, they're not going to deck themselves. Like, I'm not worried about that. We're not concerned about that. The issue here is, how many cards do we have to dig through in order to find that other boss? Alright, so there's the Raihan to power up the Charizard. Or, oh, they're going to set up the other one. Okay. I mean, I guess that makes sense. 1, 2... So they probably have the other Charizard in hand, right? What is... You get an energy, and then what else do you do? And then you just tutor for a card. So obviously they got either the rare candy or the Charizard, whichever they needed. Quick play a Durant, that would be hilarious. It would be excellent. Alright, so 250. 250. So we could do a Sparkle. If we have the other Fusion Strike, which I don't remember if it's in the deck, we put it here, we put the energy, and then we offer this up and force them to take the 1 prizer. Which I think is worth it. Or what am I saying? The Fusion Strike energy is in our hands, so that's straight up not an option. Awkward. So maybe we shouldn't have evolved this thing, because if we didn't evolve it, we would still have the leap as a possible attack, whereas now we can't do that. I mean, there's still a Mew that... I don't think we have the other Mew discarded, right? No. There's still a Mew floating around somewhere that we could hypothetically use. It's prized. So the other Mew is prized. The reason it matters is we could leap back into the deck, and then we could leap back into the deck and heal him up that way. So we know they have ordinary rods. There's the other Mew. Okay, so this is relevant if they... The problem is it won't kill whatever we hit with it. Because at most we're going to do like 100. Actually, we could possibly... Because the choice band doesn't matter, but we could get like double power tablet. No, we can't. There's 3 that are gone. Never mind. That line is toast. But we can send out the 1 prizer. Okay, the Mew is back in our deck. Fantastic. As well as our energy, and the Sparkles are useless. The energy is going to be at the bottom of the deck, too. I mean, we can shuffle it, but it's kind of a womp-womp moment. I mean, they should have all the tools they need. There just aren't that many cards left in their deck. They have to be... Okay, they're getting Marnie's back. Interesting. I assumed, like, it would... Maybe they have the other ordinary rods? I would have thought they would have ordinary rodded. Alright, so we're obviously going to pull the Charmander out. We'll replace their thing. We'll hold the Cram-O-Matic for now, question mark. Bye-bye, Charmander. He got obliterated. He was absolutely pulverized. I mean, it might have been better to Cram-O-Matic that turn, go get whatever. I don't really know what we would have gotten, though. That's the thing. We've played how many bosses orders? 2. So there's probably... I don't remember how many bosses are left in the deck. There should be at least 1. I don't remember the exact list off the top of my head. Alright, we get the W anyway. We get the W anyway, GG. Not bad. Not bad. Well, like I said, that's going to do it for tonight. So, as always, everybody, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And Black Lives Matter.